This is a freakishly tiny house. It would be a filmmaker's nightmare to shoot in this shoebox. And, well, I'm shooting my next film here. But that's not all, fam. I can only use one lens. So why am I torturing myself? This is Yasuhiro Ozu. He's a famous Japanese filmmaker known for shooting all of his movies on one lens, a 50mm. The big homie Alfie's done this with a few of his films. There's an elegance to shooting everything with one lens. I've wanted to try this for years, didn't do it. Frankly, too scared. But no more excuses, fam. I got broad shoulders. I'm stepping outside my comfort zone, shooting my next film on one lens, no matter what. I want to grow. I'm gonna use an MFT Voight 25. When you do all the math, it's basically a 50mm. You can do just about anything with a 50. Wide shots, mediums, close-ups, very versatile because it resembles roughly what the human eye would see. In terms of field of view, 50 is probably the best place to start. The film we're shooting is called Behind the Smile. Stupid, simple premise. Birdie, our protagonist, she's got crippling depression, bro. We see the excruciating mental gymnastics she has to go through to get herself to work. I got friends and family who deal with this. I want to make a film they can relate to. But this is a problematic premise. Because you see, films like this tend to portray their characters as victims. If you're dealing with this, you're not a victim, you're a fighter. My challenge with this film is to capture the fighter in our protagonist. This won't be easy, and if I fail, this will turn into another film about a victim. Unrelatable. Forgettable. I can't let this happen, fam. So how'd I end up shooting in a shoebox? Well, here's the TLDR. My lead actress found this place. The second I saw it, I knew it'd be perfect for the story. But shooting here would be a bloody nightmare. It's got a charm to it with its dated features. But from the outside, it kinda looks like a prison, right? Cold and uninviting. We asked the homeowners if we could use the place. They said yes, but they're moving in 6 days. The place is about to be renovated. If we're gonna shoot here, we have to do it next weekend, 4 days away. That's right around the corner. Ouch. I don't know if I can pull this off, but I'm interested. I'm gonna give it the good old college try. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna need a solid game plan if I'm gonna pull this off. More on this later. For this film, I need a visual approach that puts the viewer inside of Birdie's head because we're literally gonna be hearing her thoughts here. So here's my plan. Shooting everything in 4:3. There's something magical about a good 4:3 close-up, bro. Very intimate. This aspect ratio is gonna help me build that sense of connection. It's all about those small tweaks. Here's the plan for camera. I wanna echo her state of mind with the camera work whenever possible. When Birdie feels trapped and stuck, I'm shooting static shots. The camera only moves when she has momentum. I can't cover the entire approach here, so we'll just cover bits along the way. I can't do reshoots here. I gotta knock it out on the first try. No pressure. I wanna shoot a mock version of the film before I shoot the real thing. This way I can smoke out potential problems and fix them before the real shoot. But first, I gotta measure everything. Using only one lens here is gonna require some extra planning. G and I went back to the shoebox and I lasered the whole place down. Gonna create a floor plan with these measurements that I can use for planning and practice. Next, I'm gonna hunt for some reference images. I'm looking online for some images that inspire me. Images that communicate the tone and atmosphere I'm going for. Images I could get with a 50. There is one image that stopped me in my tracks. This one. It's crazy powerful. More on this later. Storyboarding some shots I'm thinking of getting. I don't have time to make it pretty as we're shooting in 4 days. From there, it's off to test shoots. This is gonna eat up a couple of days. A little practice around my house. Just the shots I think I might have trouble with. Planning everything out based on the measurements we got. What I learn here in testing will save me precious minutes on the day. I double check all my clearances when I realize something. I forgot to measure the distance between the bottom of the windows and the floor. It'll be fine. Little did I know. So, gonna record all the dialogue and all the voiceover. I'm gonna throw everything into Premiere, then I'm gonna cut the whole thing together into a little previs movie. Even adding sound effects and music so I can get a sense of the pacing and timing of the piece. This might seem like a lot of work, but remember, I only got one shot at this. Here's a snippet of the previs. I love this shit. I got a chance to really work out my vision for this thing. Giving me the confidence, bro. I think I might be able to pull this off. Here's what I learned. Getting depth in my shots will be difficult. I've shot in small locations before and made it work. But this is different. I'm shooting in a bloody shoebox. Here's my plan. I'm gonna shoot through doorways as much as humanly possible. This will create depth, and it's a style of shooting that works really well in small locations. I'm a doorway sniper fan, but there's one thing I know how to do, it's kill me some doorway shots. I've done all the prep work I can, but I can only plan for so much. Tomorrow is day 1 of shooting in the shoebox. Game on. This was the fastest loadout I've ever done, whole car loaded in 25 minutes. Before I leave, I considered taking the other Voights. It would make life easier. not gonna do it. Sticking to my guns. On a side note, making movies can be intimidating. I get it. I want to simplify this filmmaking stuff, reduce some of that overwhelm and the second guessing. I cover a lot of film stuff on Patreon, but you might enjoy my series on framing mistakes and missed opportunities. Ineffective framing choices pull your audience out of the story. We know this, you know this, but there's a lot of nuance to framing for story, and it gets overlooked. In my series, we take a look at some of these common mistakes and missed opportunities, using short films as an example. And we discuss ways that we can improve the storytelling through the frame. I don't want to see you guys make these mistakes on your projects. I would love to see you beautiful souls over there. And to my current patrons, yo, thank you so much. Your support means the world. Helps make it possible for me to make these crazy videos that take months to produce. Let's talk wardrobe in production. We're throwing Birdie in a white tee. She doesn't put much effort in her attire. Too much energy. Plus, the color white's gonna give us those hospitally clinical vibes. Black shorts to match her bold dark hair. This'll look good on camera. We're throwing white sheets on her bed for the same reason. There's something clinical about all this white. I want the walls bare, nothing on them. She's been battling this thing, bro. Look, she doesn't have any energy to decorate. She has unkept hands, dirty, chewed up fingernails. Not for lack of caring, however. She spends so much energy battling the other war that it doesn't leave much energy for the little things. Sequence 1, here's the action. In a nightmare, we see a smile slowly fade from a face. This is Birdie. She awakes to her alarm, dreading the day. She starts her 3-step process to claw herself out of bed. She has to get to work. The shots we need are the disappearing smile, slow-mo. We're getting this another day as it's not in the shoebox. Medium shot, Birdie waking up to the alarm. We'll rack focus from Birdie to the phone to guide the viewer's attention. I call this shot the ugly wall shot because I'm basically forced to shoot into a corner. Not my fave. I tried a lot of stuff in testing, no way around it, just gotta eat the shot. We need 3 static shots of our home to establish the space. These shots will also imply some passage of time in the edit. We're shooting these last, at the end of the shoot as they're easy to get. Extreme close-up, Birdie's eye. I'm going stupid close here for 2 reasons. Birdie feels trapped. I want a claustrophobic frame to reflect this. An ECU on an eyeball is gonna feel pretty claustrophobic. This is also gonna create tension. For most people, seeing a shot this tight makes them feel a little uncomfortable. Birdie's uncomfortable. I want the viewer to be a little uncomfortable. I can pretty much shoot macro with this lens, so we shouldn't have any problems getting this close. Here's a reference photo to give you an idea of what I'm after. Something similar to this. Now, I don't know what I'm gonna get here because I haven't tested this shot. Close-up shot, Birdie, as she does her routine. I'm gonna look down on her here to remove power. She's riding the struggle bus here. Between references and a practice run, I know exactly what I'm getting here. Extreme close-up on nose and mouth as she does breath work. The first step in her get out of bed process. I'm getting stupid close here for all the reasons mentioned. These reference photos should kind of give you an idea of what I'm after. Another shot I didn't do in a test run. Not sure what I'm gonna get here. We'll see. Followed by a tight shot on her torso. Inhale, exhale, breath work. Stupid close for all the reasons mentioned. Here's the overall plan for lighting. This scene needs to feel kind of sleepy. Here are my reference photos for lighting. Notice the far side key light in each of these photos hangs kind of low. It's what I'm going for. But I want to combine that with the nuclear bounce light that you see in these photos. It's a little stylistic. Look how beautiful this bounce is. Delicious. For most of our shots in this room, here's the master scheme. We're mainly using 2 lights. For key, a 120D with a Fresnel lens, punching in through the north-facing window. It's imitation sunlight, but we're gonna drop it a little lower for those sleepy vibes. There's another window to the east. I wanna black out this window with moving blankets. Sun's gonna be moving on us. I can't rely on that as a light source. So I'm gonna recreate the light that would be coming from that window, using a 120D with a diffuser. This way I can control the position and intensity of that fill light, etc. Sleepy vibes? Check. Think we got it. Also, I want to catch eye lights in Gabby's eyes whenever possible. Her eyes are dark. We need to make sure they pop with depth and emotion. As we move around the room, I'll be moving the lights where needed, mostly imitating off-screen windows and such. I got everything planned, but I'm flying blind on those 3 shots. Can I get everything that I want only using the 25? Well, guess we're gonna find out. Staging gear will be a royal pain. When we shoot in the bed and bathroom, we'll stage the gear in the living room and the kitchen. Then we gotta move all the gear into the bedroom and the bathroom when we wanna shoot in the kitchen and living room. Oh, and we're moving the couch in the bedroom outside, so we have room to work. All this moving's gonna eat up time. I'm planning for it. First up, the ugly wall shot. Just as I suspected, not much depth. I'm shooting into a bloody corner. It's the worst. 2 things are gonna help here. First, I'm gonna keep as much light off this back wall as I can for contrast. And I'm gonna use an ND filter to cut down the light hitting the lens, so I can open the aperture up to 1.4 to knock this back wall here out of focus as much as I can. Here is our final frame. The lighting and depth of field are helping to sell the illusion of depth, but actually having more depth in the frame would be 3 times better. I'm happy we're getting catch lights in those eyes though. check. I did the best I can. I just gotta eat the shot. Hollywooding a little off-screen fill on that phone as it's just too dark. Caught an impromptu shot, not in the shot list. If we use it, we use it. If we don't, we don't. Moving on to the close-up. We're running into some lighting issues. The sun keeps cooking our gaff tape. We're getting light spill on the east side window, so we gotta work around it. Also, I'm getting a green color cast from the fill light. The light's dim low to 15%. This is why we're getting that cast. Aperture's got a solution now, but at the time of recording, they didn't. Gotta toy around with lighting to figure out how to minimize it. Here's the shot. And we've got little catch lights in our eyes for depth. Composition notes. Next, ECU in the eyes. Now we're getting into foreign territory. Can I get what I want with the 25 here? Crap, I can't really get close enough to pull this off. Here's our final frame. This is not even close to what I'm after. I wanted something more like this. A lens swap would have fixed this, but yeah. Not an option. We're behind schedule because of lighting. This frame's just gotta work. We're getting this eye light here with a light stick. Happy with the light. I got my eye lights, but I'm not happy with the frame. And this, my friends, is where I f***ed up. There was a simple solution to this problem, and it cost me the shot that I wanted. More on this later. Moving on. ECU, nose and mouth. I'm moving that mic nice and close to capture the breathing. This needs to feel intimate. Still can't get camera close enough. I'm making the same mistake here. Darn, I'm eating crow 2 shots in a row. Here's what we were going for. Here's what we got. It's okay, it just doesn't have the feel I was going for. If I had more time, I could finesse this, but I don't. Moving on, ECU torso profile as she breathes. Here is our final frame. Comp notes. This turned out great. Well, I'm getting my teeth kicked in there, but we have a teachable moment. The problem with using multiple lenses to solve problems is that you get used to doing exactly that. Other solutions might not occur to you under pressure. Looking back over all the footage from set, it dawned on me. I could have got the shots I wanted if I just did one simple thing, bruh. Move Gigi to the edge of the bed, problem solved. Then I could have got camera as close as I needed to get the shot. I gotta give myself some grace here. I'm wearing 10 hats. But here's the bright side. I chose growth over comfort, and I'm getting exactly what I asked for. We're not even halfway through the shoot. Can I get through this without any more shot compromising surprises? I guess we'll have to see.